What is going on, beautiful people of the world? My name is Garrett Wolf, and I am the host of the #1 podcast for people who are trying to go from saggy flabs to six-pack abs. I've built my body over the last 8 years, and in the last 3 years, I've helped hundreds of online clients shred unwanted fat and embody the best version of themselves. Now, let's jump right into today's show. Welcome back, guys, to another training within the Academy. We are now on week 5, the cutting phase. We're going to be finally shredding some fat, revealing those abs, revealing those muscles that we've worked so hard to build up. And in this video, I'm going to be covering how to buy foods at the grocery store that ensure fat loss, right? This is going to be kind of a two-parter video. The first one is about calorically dense foods and about nutrient dense foods, and how on weeks 1 through 4 we were focusing on calorically dense foods to reach that calorie goal. But now we're going to be focusing on nutrient dense foods because our calorie goal is a lot lower than what it was prior. So we're going to have to be making some lifestyle and nutrient adjustments so that we can actually start making our fat loss goals and fat loss progress without being too starving and unsatisfied throughout the day. It's about maximizing satisfaction as well as maximizing results. We want to minimize the damage we do to your body because we are putting our body in a bit of a starvation state here. We want to make sure we're getting enough nutrients to, still be able to survive and still be able to thrive and not be in like a depressive kind of fatigue state throughout the day. So what we want to focus on is getting nutrient-dense foods. This basically means any kind of food that is high in micronutrients, all right? These are not macronutrients, these are micronutrients. These are things like vitamins, minerals, all right? So what kind of foods are high in micronutrients? These are going to be whole foods that are really satiating and kind of not very palatable. A highly palatable food is something that's sugary and salty. So a non-palatable food, unfortunately, or a not highly palatable food, however you want to say it, is going to taste a little bit worse, not as good, not as fun to eat, but it's going to be more satiating and more satisfying for your body because it's nutrient dense and it has everything your body needs to actually fill up. So these kind of nutrient dense foods are things like whole meats, things like chicken breast, turkey breast, beef, grass-fed beef, especially minimizing the GMO and all the kind of shit that they feed the cows, and maximizing the production of minerals and vitamins for you. Obviously, vegetables, fruits are very good. Even though fruits aren't very high in micronutrients, they are high in some micronutrients, like some vitamins, and they're also very high in water. So the more water your food has in it, the more satiating or the more satisfying that food's going to be to eat. The less hungry you'll be throughout the day. So we're going to be focusing on eating nutrient-dense foods. In the next video, I'm going to attach a list of a whole bunch of whole nutrient-dense foods that you can go to the grocery store and just straight up buy. I have this whole nice pie chart that you guys can look at. Go to the store and straight up just buy the foods that are on that list. But if that list doesn't satisfy you, all you need to do is go on Google, look up nutrient-dense foods, and you'll find a whole bunch of foods that you can eat and a bunch of recipes you can make to sort of maximize satisfaction and maximize nutrient dense intake. Another thing you can do is you can get a multivitamin, or you can buy supplementation for these minerals, for things like iron supplements, things like multivitamins. You can even get glutamine supplements like we were talking about, magnesium supplements, zinc supplements, whatever you need, you can supplement with that for sure. But one thing we want to focus on is really maximizing the nutrient-dense foods that we're eating throughout the day, because we don't want to rely on supplements for the rest of our life. We want to rely on our dietary choices and lifestyle habits. So just figure out what nutrient-dense foods are going to work for you, and then try to stick to that kind of nutrient-dense meal every single day for just the 2 weeks of the aggressive cut, and that's going to be the easiest way to go about it. So in the next video, I'll give you guys a nice grocery list where you can kind of just go to the store and buy all the whole foods, the nutrient-dense foods that you see on there if you want to make it easy. But other than that, you can go ahead and watch some YouTube videos, do a little bit of your own research on some nutrient-dense foods that might be tasty for you. But other than that, just maximize nutrient denseness and minimize the calorically dense foods that you're eating throughout the day, because these are going to make you unsatiated and they're going to make you crave more hyperpalatable foods later. So unfortunately, Now, on an aggressive cut phase, we're not going to be able to eat Ben & Jerry's ice cream and Snickers bars like we were able to on the bulk phase, because that's going to make it incredibly hard for you, and it's going to give you more food cravings, it's going to make you less dedicated, and it's just going to kill your overall motivation, because you're going to be having mental warfare with yourself in your head, wondering why you can't have Ben & Jerry's anymore. But it's really just because your body's hungry, you're not giving it everything that it needs, and you need to start eating these nutrient-dense foods so that your body gets exactly what it needs, and it's not struggling to survive, you won't be lethargic, you won't be too fatigued, and we can really maximize fat loss with kind of minimizing the pain and the sort of suffering that your body has to go through in order to actually lose that fat. All right, guys, so I'll see you in the next training with the grocery list, and peace.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hopefully you got some value. If you did get value and you want to learn a little bit more about how you can go from saggy flabs to six-pack abs, just head over to my Instagram @_Garrett Wolf, DM me the word six-pack, and I'll reach out to you and see if I can help. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and I will see you all in the next podcast episode. Peace.